Hope your day is going well. Something I was thinking about the other day relates to life's continuing internal dialogue about challenges we face. Now, we've probably covered challenges from, every walk of life. When you go to think about what you have coming in the future and how to face it, how to adequately deal with it. You've probably read about it in many books, and I dare say we've talked about it on a couple of these videos. I think it bears repeating that, there's times where certain obstacles in our life, imagine a pie chart and each of those obstacles taking up a portion of that pie chart and then making like a whole with all of them together. Those issues can become debilitating, especially when they eat away at our sense of self-worth, self-confidence, our own abilities, comparison to others, many things that we think about which drive us mad at times. Maybe not always, but enough to cause a decent amount of pain. And those things always exist, I think a realization that is worth acknowledging is that life always has some kind of pain to a degree. Although, if you listen to some of the wiser people around the world, they say that pain is a temporary state. Something to think about. I know at times that I have had to come back to a very simple place, which I know I've mentioned before, where you're just there, a lot of times situations with people occur and there is a certain amount of vibration that the scenario is producing. And, sometimes that vibration, it's not great. And I think it's because, in part, people just we don't always take the time to realize how one thing in our life has affected us and then how it transfers to others. For instance, you have an argument at home and then you go into work and you snap at somebody. It's like, okay, well, that just happened and I apologize to the person at work. But why not dig deeper? Why not spend a little bit of time each day to where you purposely put out intentions and maybe name some things that are troublesome in order to relieve some stress? Because I know for a fact that I've used words in writing and saying things out loud and saying things out loud and deep breaths and that stuff to feel a lot better. It sounds very elementary, but man, there's times where you just got to let it out, and you have to name what is going on so that it doesn't become almost like a poison, as Dr. Wayne Dyer said, which infects you and continually goes through you. There's some things that stay with us, admittedly, but there's other things that, someone cuts you off in traffic, you got to let go of it almost immediately, because if you let that sit with you, it can ruin the rest of your day, type of thing. As I've mentioned before, finding something that can help you is really great to do. I think candles are really great for scents around the house. I think going to the beach is very relaxing, especially if you do it barefoot and you walk in the sand and maybe hit the cold water a little bit, just some refreshing, nature there. I also think that at points you It's okay to just sit in the day and say, I'm a good person. I'm doing the best I can right now. I'm going to take 5 minutes and bring it back. I'm going to sit down and make a schedule. And then I'm going to do one thing at a time. Just remember that you have a certain amount of power. And it's up to you to access it. Not out of selfishness, but so you can be your best self for your present and future and anyone you're interacting with. Be well.